What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Thirsty Weeb, coming at you with the first of many how-to guides. We're doing the Solo Flawless Master Presage here. Going over the loadout real quick. Please feel free to hit pause if you want to get a closer look at what we are running. We'll go over the pros and cons during the actual encounter so you can see why we made certain decisions, everything like that. But we are running a Warmind Cell build on this. You will see on my arms that I have Shield Break on. That's mostly just because I was an idiot and forgot to change that to an Arc Warmind Cell thing. Not perfect, but I do what I can. Here's the loadout. All right, and we're jumping right into it. So first, thank you everybody for coming by. As we're flying in there, if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that bell, subscribe. That way you never miss out on any of the new and upcoming content. We will be putting out a lot of new content with Vault of Glass coming back and everything like that. Now, first piece of advice as we're going in, take this as slowly as as quickly as you feel comfortable. I see a lot of people that just run through this, just balls to the wall as fast as they can, and they end up dying to stupid mistakes. So take a breath. You have 25 minutes to do this. It'll be okay. There are plenty of places where you can make up time. As you'll see on this run, I do not do it well, I don't execute it flawlessly, but it is a flawless run. So first off, jumping puzzle, just make sure you get to the interior of the building as safely as you can. Alright, as we drop into this first encounter, make sure that you are clearing ads. If you want to be super ballsy and just run past all of these, if you build correctly with the arc resist and a concussive dampener, you should be able to make it past those without killing them. But if you're like me, like to play things a little bit safer, a little closer to the chest, take the time, kill the ads. Like I said, there are plenty of running to do in this mission, so you'll be able to make up that time just by making some smart decisions. It's better to stay alive than to have to restart the encounter. Also, don't mind my awful jumping. I hate warlock jumps. All right, coming into my favorite encounter. With this one, if you cannot get all 3 switches on the first time, don't fret. You can use the cheese by going to the front of the room where you spawn into this area. And as the walls close in, jumping up to save the run so you don't die. Obviously, more ideal to get the switches on the first run, but you want to make sure you deal with those screams so they don't blow you up. This is where Warmind cells really come to shine. As you saw, got that one to pop and then was able to kill all the remaining screebs with one Warmind cell. So super handy to have Warmind cells in this. They do one-shot yellow bar screebs and basically any red bar enemy in this encounter. As you drop into this next encounter, drop a Wither Horde on either side of where the boss spawns. That's where those wonderful snipers spawn in. Come into right in the middle of the room, drop your well, because that's where the 2 captains are going to spawn in, as you just saw. Pull out the sword, knock them out, and then you're going to have to deal with 2 waves of Ravengers. Pretty easy to clear. You got your well up the entire time, so don't have to really worry about dying. You get a couple Warmind cells to pop, you'll be able to clear those out super quick and easy. And then the last one is just the captain right there. Sword him and away you go. This is one of the rooms where you can clear ads super quick, make up a lot of time. You'll see me running around for ammo as I'm hurting pretty bad for it right here. The only other thing, if on the mods, if you feel more comfortable running an SMG finder with this build as opposed to a sword ammo finder, that would also be a good play here. You'll see that I run out of SMG ammo a couple times. Don't really ever run out of sword ammo, but more comfortable having more heavy in my inventory. When you come into this room, you're going to want to make sure that you take out the Art Captain first. He is by far the most annoying out of all of these. Follow that up by killing the Void one up top. And what this does is it will spawn in those big, ugly, behemoth-looking mother truckers. So get them both down. Play it safe because that guy can one burst you if you take all of those to the face. There you saw my health go down pretty significantly by taking a couple of those. So play that safe. Make sure you get him down before he can kill you. After you do that, you're going to have the big guy spawning the abominations and a bunch of Ravengers. Make sure you're using your Warmind cell build to the best of your abilities. During this encounter, Screebs will be randomly spawning. You'll get 3 of them if you play it out on this edge. Makes it super easy. Make sure you're getting as many Warmind cells to pop because that'll take care of the red bars down below. It'll also help whittle that last solar captain there. So make sure that you're paying attention to your audio cues for when those Screebs spawn in. You'll see here on one of these phases I do not pay attention and it almost ruins the run for me. I recommend staying up top here and just popping Wither Hordes at the abominations. So there you see, wasn't paying attention to the Screebs, almost ended up dying there, able to recover. So you'll just keep going through this encounter. The sword, if you're using Fallen Guillotine, does have the ability to stop them from doing their heavy ground pound attack. So it's a great thing to have. Once you kill the first abomination, a new set of captains and small adds will spawn in. Same kind of idea on this one. I took out the solar one first because that's where I was spawned in. If you can try to make it so you can get the arc one first, that would be the more ideal option. Just because with the arc guy, he does have the pole that he sends out, and then his little bouncing grenades are about the most obnoxious things on the planet. So play it safe, get all the adds down, and along with killing that and spawning in adds, you are going to get another wave of Ravengers and Screebs. Make sure you get those killed, whittled down, and then get rid of the captains here. After that's done, smooth sailing to getting the last abomination down and taking care of the final cap. A lot of people like to use Anarchy in this encounter. I found that Wither Horde had a little more utility, just a better option. With Wither Horde, it's one shot, place it on the ground, and you're going to kill all the ads that run through it. Anarchy is 2 shots of it, so it's a little better on ammo economy, and you get a little bit longer tick damage with it for less shots, where Anarchy you got to put 3 shots on to get maximum. Wither Horde, you just get 1 on them and it'll take them away. And you have the option of putting another one on the ground to help with ad control as well. So you can swap out Wither Horde for Anarchy. Just know that you're going to be suffering on the ammo economy there a little bit, but it is a viable option as well. Alright, now through the running puzzle. This is one of the parts where you can make a significant amount of time. As you can see, I'm already 10 minutes in. Typically, you'd want to be here with 8 or 9 minutes, but with the loadout I have, I'm able to make up a decent amount of time through this part. If you're quick enough, you can totally bypass this room. On my Hunter, I was able to do it a couple times. On my Warlock, she's a little bit slower. I had to go through and hit these switches in order to get through this room, but on my Hunter or a Titan, or if you wanted to do a top tree Dawnblade, you can actually skip this entire room just by running through the end, bypassing the ads. You skip around this corner and the egregore is right there, so you can get right through there. Great option for making up time if you want. With this room, if you're on a Hunter with Invis, you can skip all of these ads. Go Invis, go up top, flip the switch, come back, and away you go. But like I said, I take things pretty slow here. I know I have the burst damage in the boss room to take care of what I need to do. It's the beauty of Fallen Guillotine. It's been nerfed 3 times and still one of the best DPS weapons in the game, in my humblest of opinions. This part, make sure that you are only breaking those first 2 doors. You have plenty of time to run, kill those, and then there'll just be the one screed there at the end. Get him down and run through with time to spare. Super easy, super quick. You don't have to worry about 2 screeds or anything like that. You just break the first door and then you won't have to deal with the second screed that's roaming around that hallway. This is another room that you can get through without having to hit the switches and blow the fuse. If you're quick enough and brave enough to try to bypass all those ads, go for it. Otherwise, take your time, kill the ads, get on through. This room here that we're coming into, also another room that you can bypass by shooting that aggregor there and just running to the end. Like I said, this mission does have a lot of places where you can make up time, so if you're falling behind, no worries, you do have those options to bypass and catch up. Obviously you don't see me do it here. Again, my warlock is super slow, so I take my time, get these down, and away we go. If you can make it to the boss room with somewhere between 9 and 10 minutes, it's more than enough time to get the boss through his 3 phases. So you'll see we'll make it there with just about 10 minutes to spare. Super easy. Drop your rally banner, get in and get to it. Make sure you drop a couple wither hordes, get them on the boss. If you want to drop your rift and burst the boss down with your swords, you can. Let's see, I take a couple swipes there. Wasn't quite ready for the boss to do his slam and took a little too much damage, decided to back out. On this encounter, I do like to play spawn corner, so this is where you would drop in normally, and work myself right to left, looking from where you spawn in. Another reason why Fallen Guillotine is so good on this encounter is it does ignore shield damage. It will pop the shields, but it also ignores part of that shield damage and will go straight through, which is super nice. And being able to take down these solar captains, it's the only solar I have is my grenade and my melee. Awesome. There you see the benefits of the Warmind cell. We have the blinding purple, which is just fantastic for this. Once you kill them, you're going to have some ads spawn in. Another thing to note, that if it does take you too long to get down those captains, you will start getting ads of waves of screebs that spawn in. Nothing too crazy, you just have to be aware that if you do take a little bit too long on that, you're going to get a wave of screebs. Take them out, move on, no big deal. On this part, you are also going to want to do the 2 outside switches before you go on to the inside. Make sure that you kill the guy on the inside so he doesn't get you with a little bit of tick damage and then you die from the burn. After that, I do still play this right side. You can play left side. Don't typically recommend playing middle drop down because that has the highest jump, and with the captains that spawn down there, not ideal. Also, this side allows you to bounce wither hordes back into the boss off that wall there. Comes in super handy for getting some tick damage, and it's a great play. So on this first wave, just a matter of trying to tick him down. If you wanted to take your sword and rift and do that right off the rip, you can do that. Be aware that the captains do spawn in. Once you take him down about half that first bar, you're going to start getting additional ads with some scavengers, a couple captains, and they can make your life a little bit more complicated having them down there. And then you want to make sure that, as a warlock, you know how to jump, because obviously I have a hard time jumping on my warlock. You'll see him, you almost die there, but that's what the beauty of having it comes in handy. Don't have to worry about it. You can save yourself if you do make a mistake like I did, as far as not being able to jump to save my life. Another instance of running out of SMG ammo, but as long as I have Wither Horde and Sword, I'll do all right. On the second encounter, or on the second wave here, you do auto get a wave of screebs. The screebs spawn out in the corner where I'm standing right now and just kind of across that backside. So make sure that you're taking care of them. The last thing you want is for a screeb to sneak up on you and get you. Unlike the first wave, you do get a couple little sniper guys in here. Nothing really to worry about, just know that they will hurt if they hit you in the head. As soon as those guys spawn in, I like to put a wither horde on the ground there. Take care of them pretty easy, you don't have to worry about it. Focus on getting the switch activated and moving on. On to second damage phase here. Running up, making sure to drop a couple wither hordes in there just to get that tick damage for when the boss pulls up, and hopefully the ads do as well. And you'll see just how strong Fallen Guillotine is in here. Able to take the boss down pretty quickly as soon as he came into that well, just going. One thing to keep in mind on that second damage phase, about halfway through, ads will spawn in up top. So if you're jumping back and forth, just be aware of that. Or just once the damage phase is over, just know that you're going to be coming straight into ads. You don't really have any time to get to the corner. There are going to be ads waiting for you up there. And like the first and second wave, you got the screeves that come in. You're going to have the just the fallen the small taken guys. Nothing too wild and crazy on this part here. It's just rinse and repeat. You'll see that I have about 4 minutes left, and we're already on the final boss phase. You got the screeves that spawn in. You'll see them spawn in there. Had the one spawn right on top of me. Wasn't quite prepared for that. So keep in mind that those screeves do spawn in. You're also going to get some Raveners that come with. But pretty easy trash ads to take care of. Just want to be careful with the screeves because those are the ones that do hurt a lot. Awesome. Down to 2.5 minutes left. Like I said, I take this a little bit slower, so you will probably go a little bit quicker than me. It's okay. Just showing that if you do take things a little slower, you can get this done as long as you're making up time where you can. Final boss phase, making sure you have your super, dropping a couple wither hordes down there before you go down, and having fun at it. Another thing you want to keep in mind is that when he does his slam, you can negate it by doing a light swipe with your sword. You'll see me do it a couple times, and then a couple of the timing was just not quite right, and I get blasted back. But you want to make sure that you get your swing in as soon as possible so you can not hit a wall and die to getting blasted into the wall. And that's your encounter right there. Afterwards, the timer does stop. You'll see we stopped at 23 minutes and 40 something seconds there. Easy peasy, still had a minute and a half to go, minute and 20 seconds. So lots of time. Make sure you're going as fast as you can, well, as fast as you're comfortable going. Collect your loot and away you go. After you do kill the final boss, you don't have to worry about the timer expiring or anything like that. So make sure you keep it up. If you enjoyed the content, if this helps you at all, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Love you forever. Follow us over on Twitch, Thirsty Weeb FB, and never miss any of the live action. Love you all. Thanks for coming by, and have a fantastic and thirsty day.